organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, we have an update on the man accused of videotaping a woman in a university dorm shower.
And Apple is fighting to protect customer privacy. Found out why one Apple cell phone is the center of U.S. government attention.
From a war zone to the United States.
Coming up, we tell the story of one men's basketball player who found freedom right here in the state of Iowa.
You'll see all of this and more.
You're watching Daily Iowan TV.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kelsey Sanger.
And I'm Andrew Roberts.
The man suspected of videotaping a woman in Birch Hall as she was taking a shower has been arrested. The University of Iowa police made the arrest on Tuesday morning. The woman confronted the man when she saw him watching her in the shower. He then fled the scene. As a result, the university will be changing all mechanical locks on shower doors across campus. Officials continue to encourage students to report any suspicious activity. The suspect's name has not yet been released.
The historical African-American group, the Black Panther Party, has recently been subject of renewed controversy. It started when pop icon Beyonce took the stage at the Super Bowl halftime show and paid homage to the civil rights era group. The University of Iowa, however, celebrated Black History Month with the showing of a documentary depicting the famous group. Daily Iowan TV's Alana Neal takes a look at the 50th anniversary of the Black Panthers, a local student group reaction.
1966 marks the founding of the Black Panther Party. Originally the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, the revolutionary Black nationalist group took demands to fair education, housing, employment, and freedoms of African Americans during the height of the Civil Rights Movement. And as their title Self-Defense claims, the organization leaders armed themselves in response to harsh police brutality.
And they were willing to meet force with force, but they also were very prominent in helping in the community, feeding, children lunches and breakfasts, and, so they weren't just about violence and mayhem, which is what I think terrorism is. They were trying to improve the African American community at the time.
In honor of Black History Month, an event was organized in efforts to shed light on the group's importance to Black culture and American history. The feature-length documentary, The Black Panthers, Vanguard of the Revolution, premiered in the Iowa Memorial Union and portrayed the organization's actual footage and key complex to the historical Black Power movement. With dancers uniformed in what was traditional Panther outfits, including black clothes and afros, pop icon Beyonce celebrated her song Formation in honor of the Black Panthers Party at the 50th annual Super Bowl performance. Despite the unifying message, many people met the performance with offense to her usage of the organization to convey her narrative. However, one UI student took a different approach.
I think the only criticism of Beyonce that is fair at all is that, some people were questioning why it took till 2015 for this to happen. She's mentioning Hurricane Katrina, but there's a lot of artists mentioning Katrina when it happened.
Reporting from Iowa City, this is Alana Neal for Daily Iowan TV.
The U.S. government has asked the cell phone company Apple to unlock the iPhone used by one of the San Bernardino shooters, but Apple refused. Apple accused the federal government of invading cell phone privacy, breaching the security contract of millions of customers. Siad Farouk and Tashfeen Malik are accused of murdering 14 people in San Bernardino, California in early December. Prosecutors believe the couple has disabled their iCloud's data feature to hide substantial evidence. Apple CEO Tim Cook published an open letter Tuesday stating, "We are challenging the FBI's demands with the deepest respect for American democracy and a love of our country."
Well, Kelsey, I've noticed a increase in the temperature as we start to head into the weekend, and it's quite exciting.
It sure is. Let's get the numbers from Melanie Taylor in the weather studio.
Thanks, guys. This week has definitely been more bearable than others, and thankfully we are in for an even better weekend. Thursday morning, we are looking at temperatures around 35 degrees with some wind and a partly cloudy sky. By afternoon, temperatures will increase to 43 degrees. Temperatures will luckily stay in the low 40s in the evening. Taking a look at the rest of the week, we've got quite a weekend ahead of us with most temperatures in the 50s. Friday, we start off strong with a high of 58 and a low of 39 with a mostly sunny sky. Saturday, there is a high of 55 and low of 35 degrees with a sunny sky. Sunday, we see a high of 50 and a low of 28 with a sunny sky once again. Moving into next week, temperatures will lower. Monday's high is 42 with a low of 27. Tuesday will be pretty similar with a high of 41 and low of 26 with a mostly cloudy sky. That's all for now from the weather studio. Be sure to enjoy this warmer weekend, Iowa City. Back to you guys at the desk.
With a newly passed bill, South Dakota will be the first state to ban transgender students from using the restroom of the gender they identify with. Now it is up to the Republican Governor Dennis DeGrard to make the final decision. However, if students are able to get their parents' written consent, they will receive a, quote, reasonable accommodation, like a single unisex restroom or locker room. Other than this, if the governor signs the bill, school bathrooms, locker rooms, and showers may only be used on the basis of what gender students were born with. Governor DeGrard acknowledged that he has never met a transgender person and does not intend to before the bill passes in order to stay objective.
The cold winter months are not just hard on us, but on our pets too. As temperatures drop outside, our animals need a place to hide from the harsh winter weather. As the seasons change throughout the year, the Iowa City Animal Shelter sees its population of animals fluctuate as well.
Generally in the winter, our numbers are lower, dogs and cats, especially cats, because it's not kitten season, but generally have about half or less dogs.
In the past few weeks especially, the shelter has seen a significant drop in their number of dogs.
We had 0 dogs available for adoption for a week in one day. I put on Facebook, we took pictures of the empty kennels.
While the shelter isn't expecting to get many more dogs until this summer, there's plenty of cats left to adopt right now. While their biggest goal here is animal adoption, they promote other things as well.
If anybody is looking for a low-cost spay neuter, we refer them to a place in Cedar Rapids called Iowa Humane Alliance. And they do real good low-cost spay neuter. We don't have a vet on staff to help people with that stuff.
Reporting live from the Iowa City Animal Shelter, this is Becca Scadden for Daily Iowa TV.
A proposed Iowa bill insisting to raise the state tobacco age to 21 failed to pass Senate Wednesday morning. The goal of the bill was to keep cigarettes out of the hands of high school students. Those in opposition of the bill believe that Iowans are legal adults at the age of 18 who can serve in the military and decide if they would like to smoke. Hawaii last year was the first state to hike the tobacco sale age to 21, while New York City, Boston, Cleveland, and Kansas City followed.
Well, Kelsey, whether it's the court or the mat, these Iowa sports teams just continue to do well.
They sure do. Let's get a full recap with Alec and Holly in the sports studio.
Thanks, guys. Iowa men's basketball hit the road for the East Wednesday night.
After a huge upset against Indiana this past weekend, Penn State is hoping to cause another one against Iowa.
But they will have to stop one Iowa junior first, though.
Peter Jock is playing his best basketball with one special fan in the crowd.
Alyssa Klosterman tells us who.
Peter Jock is evolving into one of the nation's best men's basketball players. Averaging 13 points per game and leading the conference in steals, Pete makes basketball seem easy. But if only life imitated his game.
Jock's journey started in Sudan. But when he was 9 years old, his mother moved Peter and his 3 siblings to Des Moines, Iowa, a large Sudanese refugee population. When in elementary school, Mike Nixon, Pete's AAU basketball coach at the time, welcomed Pete and his 3 siblings into his family. He became Pete's guardian and soon-to-be #1 fan.
His mom, I think, relied on me from the standpoint of she didn't really know a lot of the things around from an American standpoint. So I asked her to have the ability to make sure I could make decisions for the kids, not only from a school or a personal standpoint, but also from a medical standpoint, in case something would happen.
I mean, he just came to talk to my mom. He's like, he wanted to involve me into a basketball player. He wanted to help me as a basketball player and a student. and his family and my family got really close, and my mom made him my legal guardian.
His travels were not easy nor effortless, that of which reflects Jock's basketball career. From Mr. Iowa basketball in high school to now gaining Big Ten Conference recognition as Player of the Week, Jock has become a key component to this 4th-ranked Iowa Hawkeye team. And of course, guardian Mike Nixon supporting him every step of the way.
Our families incorporate and do things together, so it's meant a lot.
I think he missed one game all year, and that was, I don't know where it was, but he goes to all my games. And seeing him in the stand just made me play harder for all the stuff he did in my life and for my family. So, I mean, it's just been great, all the support he has for me. So,
for my family, it's been, and his family, it's been a really rewarding experience. From where he was to the point where we didn't know if he would play basketball anymore to where he is today, where he is playing the best basketball he's played in the collegiate, in the collegiate game. It's been incredibly rewarding.
Reporting in Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Alyssa Klosterman, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Check out Thursday's show to find out if Iowa and Peter Jock pulled off their 12th win of the season in the conference.
One team that is looking for their 10th conference victory and to remain undefeated is the Iowa wrestling team.
Yeah, and they have a chance to do it on Monday with a new format of the college wrestling national duels against North Carolina State. Wrestling reporter Zach Mackey took a closer peek at Iowa's competitor.
For the first time since the beginning of the year, when Iowa wrestled top-seeded Oklahoma State, another ranked opponent hits the scene. The Wolfpack of North Carolina State will travel to Carver Hawkeye Arena. North Carolina State earned one of 2 at-large spots in the National Dual Championship Series after finishing as the ACC runner-up, dropping their lone match to Virginia 14-19. This is a matchup that Tom Brand says they cannot overlook.
We have to be ready like we're ready every week, and we have to get ready for a style that's something that we haven't seen, but that we're going to have to deal with.
Many wrestling fans are going to look at the matchup and be disappointed in who Iowa is not wrestling. Penn State is the only other team that is still undefeated in the Big Ten, but the way the decision was made, these two do not get matched up against each other.
We've been ranked behind Penn State all year. I guess if there's controversy to it, that would be the controversy. Should we wrestle Penn State or not? That was the one flaw, but that was talked about.
This new national dual system is very similar to the BCS bowl system in college football. There's a committee that decides who wrestles who, and Penn State versus Oklahoma State has been dubbed the National Duels National Championship. Iowa will be essentially wrestling for second place. That doesn't seem to stop these wrestlers.
It doesn't matter who they put in front of us. We got to get up for it. It's another duel. And, we're looking to get another win.
For Daily Iowan TV Sports, I'm Zach Mack.
It's another match for fans in Carver, but it won't be the last as Iowa hosts the Big Ten Championship Duels March 5th and 6th.
On Thursday's show, Taylor Brooks takes a look at the wrestling side and tells us how some Iowa wrestlers will see flashbacks in their national duel meet on Monday.
Holly, Iowa track and field hasn't seen much of Iowa City this indoor track season, but one Hawkeye earned his second Big Ten honor of his collegiate career.
That's right. Junior Aaron Mallett was named Big Ten Athlete of the Week on Wednesday. The St. Louis native soared to second place in the men's 60-meter hurdles at the Tyson Invitational in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
And this is the 6th consecutive week Mallett has led the Big Ten in the event.
Another team that's finding their season starting down south is the Iowa women's rowing team.
Yeah, 2 scrimmages will take place in Texas, one against Old Dominion and the other against the defending Big 12 champions, the Texas Longhorns.
Definitely going to be a little warmer down there than it is up here.
That's for sure. Even with those temperatures warming up a little bit, it's still pretty good down south. And that'll do it for Holly and I.
Back to you guys at the desk.
That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to pick up your copy of the Daily Iowan newspaper tomorrow and check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Kelsey Sanger.
And I'm Andrew Roberts. Have a good night.